I just want to know, why do you feel that Dan Malloy is the best Democrat for governor?
Well, I think he's a proven administrator who's done an incredible job down here in Stamford managing this city. And I think that's the kind of skills and vision. As I said in there, this is a guy who knows how to brace innovation, entrepreneurialism, and knows how to engage a community in a way that is productive and get the job done. Self-evident by standing right here in a school for preschool kids that everybody knows from any empirical data or study is vitally important for them being able to compete in the global economy. We have, I think the kids said it best today, I don't know if you were here for their song, but they said it's a new day and there's a lot of work to be done. And I think Dan Malloy is the right person for that job, to carry on that work, proven capacity to get it done.
And one more quick question. How do you feel that, it's been a very long time, I think Mr. O'Neill was the last Democrat in the office of the top elected official in Connecticut. How do you think the Democrats' chances in taking the big house in Connecticut is right now?
Well, I think Dan's the kind of candidate we need to take it back, to demonstrate to the people both his ability, and I said this in my statement, it's not about whether you have big government or whether you have small government. What the public wants is efficient, effective government. They want people who can deliver. This is a guy who's demonstrated that he can deliver day in and day out. And oh, by the way, he did it the hard way. He did it by going out and getting grassroots support and qualifying under our campaign system. I'm very proud of him for that. And I think that leads the way, points the way to the fact that anybody, regardless of who you are, can go out and achieve that same goal with hard work, and that's key to me.
All right, well, thank you very much for your time. Appreciate it. I just want to find out, what does Congressman Larson's endorsement mean for you and your campaign?
Well, I mean, it's a great honor to be endorsed by one of the most important men in the country, one of the great leaders of our country, who just in the last year has had tremendous success as Congress has worked on very important issues, healthcare reform, as well as equal rights for women in the workforce, and so many other things. It also means that the Congressman and I are in agreement that the election process needs to change, and that campaign finance system, the Citizens Election Program, needs to survive in this state, needs to be promoted, and those who don't promote it and don't live by it do so at their own risk.
Okay, and now we're maybe a week and a day away from the big convention, and how do you feel walking into the big event?
Well, we're clearly Ned Lamont is spending a lot of money. I happen to be a delegate. I've gotten a piece of mail, I think, every day for the last 14 days, and he spent closing in on $1 million in TV. He's trying to win it. I'm trying to win it, and we'll know, I guess, next Saturday morning.
All right. Well, look, thanks a lot, and I'll see you next week.
All right. We'll see you then.
All right.
And I thought the children said it all in their song. It's a new day, and there's much work to be done. And Dan Malloy is the right person to carry out that work. Because he's a person who I share a lot in common with, to begin with. We are both from a family of 8. I think we share those same values, both having grown up and still living in the towns where we were raised by our parents. And so we understand all politics in so many respects is local, but all the issues that you need to be aware of stem from what your neighbors are feeling, how their friends and families are reacting in these very difficult times. And these times demand that we have the kind of leadership that Dan Malloy has demonstrated as mayor of this great city of Stamford. Kind of leadership that doesn't look at government as being big or small, but looks at government as being efficient and delivering services on behalf of the people. Who's innovative and entrepreneurial and demonstrated just here in what's happening educationally. But as you look throughout this city and beyond, you get to see the vision of the person who will be the next governor of the state of Connecticut. With Dan over the year, and most recently long conversations about the need for partnering with the federal government. We share many ideas in common. And whether it be about embracing new technologies and making sure we're able to leverage both the private and public sector dollars to achieve those goals, I know that we will have a champion of a newer, cleaner economy. A champion of someone who really not only believes it, but has walked the walk with livable and sustainable communities, who will be able to lead the way in unclogging our system of transportation in the state of Connecticut. And I dare say across this country, we have the opportunity in New England to link up corridors, to become an educational corridor, to be a center for knowledge. But we need a person not only with vision, but with the ability, the proven administrative ability to get the job done. It is a new day in Connecticut, and that new day demands a person that can get the job done. That person is Dan Malloy. I am so proud of and his effort. Look, I know a little bit about this race. I can remember what was a heartbreaking loss for the citizens of the state of Connecticut. 1994, and I was in a fetal position under my bed for about 3 weeks after that. But Dan, in the face of a very close race, just put his shoulder to the wheel and worked all the harder. And I believe that persistency and hard work will be rewarded. I'm on my way from here to New York City. And in New York City, I'm going to talk about Dan Malloy. And what I'm going to mention in New York City, before George Soros and a number of interested major donors all across this country who favor clean elections, that I'm proud to endorse the person who actually proved that it could be done. The person who stepped up to the plate, and amongst all the criticism and cynicism that it could be done and that it couldn't work, he showed that grassroots still works. And that's why I think this is so important at this time, to make sure that we're embracing people in this system at the federal and state levels that is awash with money. That it's the grassroots that still work. It's reaching out to children. It's understanding your neighbors and asking them for their support. Many say it couldn't be done. Dan Malloy proved that it could. And so I'm honored to be here this morning. Delighted that I had the opportunity to take the tour, to get reassociated with a dear friend and colleague, and to stand here with these state reps and State Senator McDonald and Mayor Salina in our support and endorsement of Dan Malloy, the next governor of the state of Connecticut.